Just happy for our players. In a situation where, it was a tight ball game, and I thought we made some adjustments at halftime as a staff. I thought our coaches did a nice job of explaining the plan, but also guys executing the plan in the second half. It wasn't always pretty. It wasn't perfect, but being in those situations and really not. I thought our body language was good. That was tough. Giving up those consecutive third downs, getting them to third down, and either them making a great play, pass interference, something happened. Keep them on the field, and really a turning point in that game, getting down there on the goal line and not quitting. So a lot of things to take from this game that we can improve upon, and that's what we talked about in the locker room and where we are right now as a football team. But definitely more positives coming out of the night than the negatives, and we're getting great leadership out of some guys on the field. We had some guys go down tonight, get hurt. Miles is limping around. Justin Evans. At the end of the game, we got all kinds of people out there. So tough game as it usually is against Arkansas, physical game. But as I said, there's a lot of things that we can take from this game that we need to improve on. And our guys understand that, and I like our demeanor right now.
Okay, first question on the front right.
Kevin Gabe Bach with Texags. If you could take us through your defenses on the field for 10 minutes in a row and then coming through with the 4 stops down on the goal line, but then the offense, Trevor quickly capitalizing on that to give you a lead.
It was a weird game in the fact that, we're sitting there at halftime, and they had the ball 20 minutes. We had it 10 minutes. But we had 6 less plays than they had. Didn't seem like that. So at halftime, I think they had, 35 plays, and we had 29, something like that. So from a play standpoint at halftime, even though it was twice the time of possession, from a play count standpoint, it wasn't that bad. So, that's what we talked about offensively. All right, we're getting plays. We got to be efficient. It wasn't like we had to be extremely efficient because we weren't – the deficit of number of plays was not the difference. It was the time. And with 2 different styles, actually. So, the efficiency of us being able to run the ball in the second half and then create, some momentum with big plays down the field, I think that was important. But – it was just a weird game from that standpoint at halftime. Time of possession was one thing, but, the number of plays is what I was looking at. And then, because of that, you look at the end of the game, and it's still, they had 39 minutes, they had 40 minutes, we had 20 minutes. And, we got 59 plays, they had 82, and a bunch of those happened on that, what was that, 18, 19 plays? 19 plays, and kept it being extended on third down by what I would call extreme circumstances, either a penalty or some kind of crazy catch or something. It was. Give Arkansas credit. They had a plan, and the plan was as good a plan to block our ends as we've seen, and give Allen enough time, and what a tough guy he is, because he took some shots today and stood in there and threw some good balls. That team is, he showed a lot. He was accurate, and their guys made plays. So, for us, as I said, Gabe, the big thing for me was we've been in those situations, and I've seen our guys just body language, demeanor. Guys start pointing fingers, just give up. You get all the way down the field and you still play goal line. We played goal line defense twice tonight. Just weren't going to let them just walk in. And there's been a long time since that's happened around here. And in that situation with those third down things, when you're young and you play good defense for 2 downs and then first down, that gets old. And our offense answered. So it's a team win. There's no doubt. There's a team concept, and to win a game like this, it takes a full team.
Question on the left front.
Coach Zach Taylor, Sports Radio 1150 in College Station. One, can you give us any update on Ricky And two, how happy were you as far as the efficiency on third down, the improvements from last game to this game?
Yeah, we were better on third down, not as good in the red zone. You know, we didn't hit our goal. We missed a field goal early, which, you know, that's not like Daniel. But he came back, bounced back, and did well. But 8 of 12, you know, on third down's pretty good offensively. So that helped us, particularly in the third and fourth quarter when we needed to keep the ball and keep things alive. And, you know, being able to run it efficiently took some pressure off of Trevor. I thought him being able to do what he did with his legs early created some problems for them defensively and really stressed them on the perimeter and gave us some space inside for the second half to be able to run the ball. But you know, we've still got to get better. We're a work in progress in the red zone. But you know, our ability to be able to run it in the second half when we needed to run it is a big step for this team.
Question on the aisle left.
Kevin Kirkballs from the Austin American. Can you quantify how much better your defense is this year than the last couple of years, and what do you attribute that to?
A combination of coaching and experience and good players. I mean, you've got our two ends are a great tandem, as good as there is in college football. But I don't think our safeties get enough credit. And you know, I said it before the season and kind of put it up on the wall. You know, our coaches, preseason SEC, all SEC team didn't have Donovan Wilson, Armani Watts, or Justin Evans on it, and I think it bugs them. So you know, I keep pointing that out to them every week too, and I think they're trying to make a point every week because those three guys fly around back there. And you know, we had some coverage breakdowns today. You know, they did a great job. I thought Brett does a great job. I mean, they're well coached. They had a protection scheme that handled our ends, and whether they sprinted out or they double teamed, whether they chipped, you know, they had a plan to get the ball off, and we were a second or a beat, you know, just late. We hit him, Allen, but we didn't really get the sacks that we or the disruption that we've been getting, and that's a credit to Arkansas with their scheme. But you know, I think that even though these guys are like Donovan is a sophomore and Armani's a junior, Miles is a junior. You know, a lot of these guys are juniors and sophomores, except for Day and Justin Evans. They've played since they were freshmen, and they played a lot of football. And you know, Chief being here and knowing these guys in year two makes a difference. What guys can do, what they can't do, and you know, we're rolling those linebackers in there. Claude George comes in, and you know, 240 he can fly. He's not where he needs to be, you know, as an every down player, but you can see his athleticism, you know, as a junior college player that was a defensive end with his hand down. So standing up is a little bit different for him, but when he sees it, he can go get it. And when he gets there, he gets there with a nasty attitude too. So, you know, Sean Washington, all these guys have been around for a while. So it's a combination of veteran players, even though some of them are young. But I'm saying veteran by the amount of time they've played, and our coaches. I think our coaches are doing a great job of putting them in position to be successful and letting them play.
This will be the final question for Coach Ben.
First off, status of Ricky, preliminary.
I'm not talking about injuries. You know that.
All right. Figured I'd ask. And then the Armani, what did Armani's fourth down stop do to the momentum of the game, and from there on out?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I say this a bunch. You know, everybody talks about fourth down stops, but it took three others to create a fourth down stop. You know, from closer than that. So it wasn't just the fourth down stop; it was the three before that. Really, at that point of the game, said a lot about our defense, I thought, and really back on our heels and where we were. But guys that dig in down there and play, you know, with shoot, I don't know how close it was. I walked down there one time. They sent me back, but it was, you know, you couldn't see between the ball and the goal line. And I think it says a lot about our guys, not just Armani's stop, but that whole series. The couple times we're down there, that you know, this team is really taking pride in what they're doing in the physical part of the game, and weren't just going to let people score, and played hard, and you never know. And that's one thing Chief talks about. You know, we get a guy on the ground who was going to score, and we keep him out of the end zone the first time. And with effort to get him on the ground before he scores, that keeps points off the board. And you know, you never know what's going to happen if you just keep playing and keep guys out. So it's all those downs before that, but certainly Armani's the fourth down, you know, trying to get to the perimeter, great tackle, but he's made plays like that before, and another veteran guy that is a leader on this football